Introduced my friend Sue Young. Her and her husband Rusty played for us at our house concert last night. They also played for us at our series in Huntsville, and she spoke to us on this topic at the Throwood UU Church in Huntsville. They're from Austin. Sue Young has been studying and practicing Sufism, the mystical heart of Islam, since 2000. She will share some of what she has learned through stories and song, and she will give us a taste of zikr. Okay, Sufi chanting meditation. She's a bilingual storyteller and writer. She's a 4-time Kerrville New Folk finalist and was the 2013 nominee for Female Vocalist of the Year at the Texas Music Awards. And she is on the Texas Commission of the Arts touring roster since 1994. So let's give a welcome to Sue.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be with you, and your response is alaikum assalam. In fact, I think I'd like to teach you a song right now where we're gonna sing that. So we're gonna divide the room in 2 parts. I think everybody over here, this is gonna be this part, and you all are gonna be this part. And your part, you're gonna be singing. We're just gonna say the words right now. Assalamu alaikum. Can you say that? Assalamu alaikum. Got it. You're going to say alaikum assalam. Alaikum assalam. Great. So now we're going to learn the melody. This is the way that Muslims and many Sufis greet each other. It just means peace be with you. And the other person says, and peace be with you. Right. You can see things. Keep up with this. I'm happy to be here in Galveston. Such a beautiful spot. So, you sing, Assalamu alaikum. Can you sing that? Assalamu alaikum. You sing, Alaikum assalam. Let's try that. Alaikum assalam. So wonderful. Over here, Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. You do the same thing again, so let's just start. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, assalamu alaikum, alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. This part goes, everybody can sing this. Salam, salam, which means peace. Let's try that. Salam, salam. Oh my friend, I greet you with peace. Salam, salam. The whole thing again. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, salam, salam. Oh my friend, I greet you with peace. Salam, salam, salam. Oh my friend, I greet you with peace. Oh, that was just beautiful. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now, if you see a Muslim family or a woman wearing a hijab and you go up to them and you say, Assalamu alaikum, they will immediately feel seen and welcomed and safe. So that's something you can take away with you make your neighbors here, your Muslim neighbors here in Galveston feel welcome. And they will say to you, alaikum assalam. All right, so who's heard of Rumi? Yeah? Who's heard of Hafiz? Few people? Has anyone heard of Rabia? Okay, so these are all Sufi saints or Sufi mystics, and Rumi is probably the best known Sufi in the United States, in the West actually, and he wrote many beautiful verses that have been translated. And Hafiz also wrote, another mystic also wrote many beautiful verses. And a little bit about Sufism. There are many different groups or orders of Sufis, and it's kind of like in Christianity, you have Episcopalians and Methodists and Lutherans and Presbyterians and all these different flavors, right? And so in Sufism, there are different orders, and they have some differences, but they all have things in common, two practices in common. And Rumi was, I believe, the founder or one of the original members of the Mevlevi order, which is the ones that do the whirling dervishes. Those are the Mevlevis. I don't know about Hafiz. You may have heard of Sufi dances. That is the Sufi Order International, which is less Islamic than the other ones, and they're kind of like the Unitarians of the Sufi world. They draw on a lot of different faith traditions. But Rabia was kind of unique because she was from Basra, in what is now Iraq, and she was not affiliated with any school or teacher, and she just kind of on her own had this deep hunger for God, and so she became a mystic by herself. And this is a song based on some verses by Rabia. In my soul there is a temple, there is a shrine. I just realized I don't want to have a cable with this. It feels too high. Okay. That's better. In my soul there is a temple, there is a shrine. In my soul there is a mosque, there is a church where I kneel, where I kneel. My prayer takes me to an altar with no walls or names, where illuminated nothing over all things reign. In my soul there is a temple, there is a shrine. In my soul there is a mosque, there is a church where I kneel, where I kneel. Let me be a moth that flies straight to the flame, and then twine with the beloved till only my soul remains. temple, there is a shrine. In my soul, there is a mind. There is a church where I kneel, where I kneel. In my soul, there is a temple. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm also a storyteller. A long time ago, there was a sultan. And this sultan loved art. And so he had at his court two schools of painters. There were the Assyrian painters and there were the Chinese painters. And they were both really good, but they kind of were, sometimes they got a little bit full of themselves. And one day they were arguing about who were the better painters. And the Assyrian painters said, well, we're the best painters. And the Chinese painters said, no, we're the best painters. And they went on back and forth, no, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. And the Sultan got tired of all this quarreling, and he said, okay, let's settle this once and for all, follow me. And he led all the painters down into this big room in his palace, a big long room with a wall at either end. And he said, okay, Chinese painters, I want you to paint on this wall, and the Assyrian painters, I want you to paint on this wall, and I will be the judge, and I will decide who are actually the best painters. And they hung a curtain down the middle of the room so that no one could, the Chinese painters couldn't see what the Assyrian painters were doing. The Assyrian painters couldn't see. It was going to be a surprise at the end of the mystery. Well, they got back, they got to work. And the Chinese painters, they sent out for special supplies. They sent out for special paints. They made their own paints. They ground up precious jewels and mixed them with the paints so it would be like sparkly and shimmery. And they got to work and they were painting this beautiful landscape with, mountains and soaring into the sky. And then there were waves in the ocean, and there were birds flying over the sea, and there were these ladies at the edge of the water with these beautiful robes and these beautiful hairdos, and nobody really knew what the Assyrian painters were doing because they wouldn't let anyone see. And they just sequestered themselves in their part of the room, and no one knew what they were doing. But so they worked and they worked and they worked, and finally the Chinese painters one day they said, we're done. This is the best we can do. And it was truly magnificent, let me tell you. And again, no one had seen what the Assyrian painters were doing, but they said, oh, are you ready? And the Assyrian painters said, yes, we're ready. So the Sultan was summoned, the curtain was taken down, everyone looked, and first they looked at the Chinese wall, and it was truly magnificent. I mean, the mountains soared and the sea shimmered. You could also almost see the waves moving, and the birds almost seemed to fly, and the ladies' robes sparkled and glimmered, and their hair was swept up like this, and it was really awe-inspiring. And everyone couldn't imagine what could possibly be better than that. But then they all turned and looked at the other wall. And the Assyrian painters had not painted anything at all. What they had done was they had polished that wall, and polished it, and polished it, and polished it, and polished it, until it was like a mirror. And it reflected everything that the Chinese painters had painted. But somehow the reflection was even more beautiful, and even more lively, and even more breathtaking. And the Sultan looked and he said, well, the Chinese painting is beautiful, but what the Assyrian painters have done is even more beautiful. And they have reminded us that when we polish the mirror of our heart, it reflects all of the beauty and the creation that we behold around us. And I love that story because that is a reminder of, what Sufis try to do is they try to polish their heart. They try to purify their heart, they try to clean it so that it can reflect all the beauty that is within them and around them. Now, most Sufis would consider themselves Muslims, and they do all the things that Muslims do. They pray 5 times a day, or they try to, and they go to the mosque on Friday, and they, give to charity, and if they can, they do the Hajj and all those things. But they have additional practices that they do, and it's all about that felt union with God. They have a longing for a union with the divine. So the Sufis say that the thing that prevents us from really feeling our link with the Creator is our nafs, or our ego. Our nafs is like the self, the ego. It's like the the habitual, conditioned ways of thinking and feeling that keep you from really being present and maybe really accessing that inner connection. And so Sufis have practices to help them clean those. They're also sometimes referred to as veils. We have all these veils. They believe that we come into life perfect and whole, and we are wounded. During the course of our life, we're wounded, and we take on all these misperceptions. And so what the Sufis try to do is clean these things. And we're going to do some zikr in just a minute, more zikr. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to say about that? Yeah, and zikr, so in the Quran, Muslims are instructed to remember God. And dhikr or zikr, it's the same word, just a different pronunciation, means to remember. So that is the primary practice of most Sufis, is to remember, to say, and the way they do that is they say names that they have for the divine. Now there's one name that is kind of the biggest name, and it is Allah, and that just means the one power, the one that contains everything. And then there are a bunch of other names, and those are different qualities of the divine. So like if you think of light coming into our atmosphere, it comes in as just this light, and then when it hits our atmosphere, it breaks up into all these different colors, right? Then we have blue and green and purple and yellow and all the infinite shades. Well, it's kind of like that. When this divine energy comes into our existence, it becomes all these different qualities. And so in any list of qualities, there's always 99 names for God. And there are things like the peace, and the powerful, and the strong, the strength, and the just, and the merciful, and the compassionate, and the forgiving, and the protector, and the generous, and the bestower, and the mercy. And so Sufis chant these names, and it's a way of cleaning their heart and opening them up to that divine energy. Sufis also believe that we all carry all of these qualities in us. We all have all these divine qualities in us. So it's not like we're necessarily just reaching up for something outside ourselves. We're also opening up to our own connection to all these qualities. And I think we're going to actually do some zikr if you're up for it. This is optional. You can just sit here and listen if you want to. But to start, I'd like you to just put your hand on your heart area, your heart center in the middle. Just take a couple of breaths and relax. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes. If you don't like to close your eyes, you can leave them open. And feel your body sitting on the chair. Feel the earth under your feet. And feel your breath going in and out. Take a couple of breaths. And tune into what's happening in your heart center, your feeling center. Maybe you feel a sensation there. Maybe there's a tightness. Maybe there's a heaviness. Maybe there's a sadness. Maybe there's something sad happening in your life. Maybe there's a anxious feeling. Maybe there's just like, I don't know what she's doing. Whatever's there, or maybe you're not even sure what's happening. Sometimes it takes me a while to even figure out what's going on. So just notice whatever's there or is not there, and have no judgment. No judgment. And we're going to start. Let's start a chant. And we're going to start, I think, with Ar-Rahman. Rahman is the mercy that enfolds everything, that enfolds all of the existence of all the birds and the trees and the plants and the people and the animals, and we're all existing through Rahman and divine mercy. So we're just going to chant Ar-Rahman, 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 Ar-Rahman. Pause. Take a breath. Check in with your heart center. Has anything changed? Or maybe it's the same. Maybe there's a softening. Maybe there's a sensation. Just notice it. We're going to continue with Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahim is another kind of mercy. This is a mercy that comes to meet us where we are, whatever our need is, our situation. Ar-Rahim, 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 Ar-Rahim. Take a pause. Tune into your heart center. Has anything changed? And we're going to continue with Al-Wadud, which is love. Al-Wadud, 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 Alwadud, 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 Alwadud. Check in with your heart center. How are you feeling now? What's different? When you're ready, you can open your eyes. If you enjoyed that or found out something about yourself, maybe found a place inside yourself. I'm going to do one more song, just a song based on a Rumi poem. Maybe just one more little taste of Rumi. Clear beat at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. Clear beat at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. You've heard it said, there's a window from one night to another. But if there's no wall, there's no need. Fitting the window or the latch. Clear beat at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. Clear beat at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. So love the world, no life, no world remain, no beautiful women and men longing. Only this ancient love circling a holy black stone, where the laughter is the love. Clear beat at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. Clear beat at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. Clear beat at the center. Clear beat at the center. Clear beat at the center. Thank you so much. And to say goodbye, I say Assalamu alaikum, and you tell me alaikum assalam.
Thank you, Sue. That was very thought-provoking and touching. And Sue has chosen this closing hymn, which if you were here for the practice, it's quite, there was a lot of good music today, but this next song, I really loved it. The lyrics are in the insert in your program.
I'll play it once through so you kind of know how it goes, and then we sing it twice.